Good morning, children. I hope you all are fine and safe too. I'm your new IT teacher, Wafa Manha. Today, we are going to take the first lesson from your computer textbook. Hope you all have textbook with you. Please open your textbook, lesson number 1, and the name of the chapter is Computer Hardware. The name of the chapter is Computer Hardware. You all can see the lesson objectives given there. There are three things that we have to learn in this lesson. What are the three things, children? The first one is you have to be familiarized with the hardware and the software. And the second part is to be familiarized with the CPU components. What are the things inside CPU? And the third one is you should know about the computer pods. What do you mean by computer pods? What are hardware? What are softwares? And what is the components? What are the components of CPU? All these we will be dealing in this lesson. Okay. So let's see the first objective of this lesson, that is to know about hardwares and software. Children, do you know what is hardware? Hardware is something of the parts of computer that we can touch. Just think it's simple. Okay, make it simple and keep it in your mind that hardware is something which we can touch. And what is the software which we cannot touch? Okay, suppose in your mobile or in your computer, all these Microsoft Word, Excel, Text Paint, all those when you open, you can see small icon in it that you cannot take or you cannot touch it. That is, you cannot feel it. That is called software. And what is hardware? All the parts of computers that you can touch. Suppose mouse, keyboard, speaker, printer, all these monitor, all these are hardwares which you can touch. That is a simple meaning of hardware and software. And the definition is given here. Now, let's have a look at the second objective of this lesson. Just look into your textbook, children, and tell me what is the second objective of the lesson. The second objective is to familiarize with the components of CPU. What do you mean by CPU? CPU is a central processing unit, right? Or it is a central part of a user and a monitor or the output. Suppose I am typing something in the keyboard and some arithmetical operation is going on inside the central processing unit and output is processed through the monitor. Suppose you are asked the printer to print something and some process is going inside the CPU and it is output is given. Okay, same like human only. Suppose you are touching a heat item and suddenly you are pulling your hand, isn't it? Why? Because the output from your brain is asked you to remove your hand from that heat object, isn't it? So same way, the computer is also having a brain, that is CPU, to tell the output to work accordingly what the input we are giving to the computer. So here is the definition for CPU. There are many components inside the CPU like cabinet, motherboard, the backbone of computer, okay, motherboard, RAM, the storage device, hard disk, SMPS, heat sink, microprocessor are some of them. Some of the examples of components of CPU. Now in page 6 you can see, children, here are some components of computer. Can you see? So that components we are going to get detail of it. The first itself we will take the motherboard because it's the mother of that CPU. That is a backbone of the CPU. Right. Without mother we won't be there, right? Nobody can give birth to a baby. So without motherboard a computer never born. Okay, that is the computer cannot work. Without motherboard, we cannot work on computer. The motherboard is the main circuit, a board of a computer, and is also known as the main board or logic board. So for the exam, if you are asking what is main board or logic board, it means motherboard, and you want to write the detail of motherboard. Okay, children? Basically, the motherboard is what makes everything in your computer work together. So, mother is a person, or the motherboard is a thing that allow the other all things to work together. Okay, so like our mother itself, our mother make the coordination in our house, right? She makes food and everybody will be in the dining room, isn't it? So in the same way, this motherboard work as a mother, and this motherboard will allow all the computer parts to work together. Then each motherboard has a collection of chips and controller known as the chipset. So each motherboard is having many chips. So all chip is set, and all these chipsets is this motherboard is having a collection of chips that is known as chipset. You know the chips, right? Not the chips we eat. The chips which is inside the motherboard. All those small square type chips. Now you can see the picture there. See, this is a chip of motherboard. Okay. So now we will see what is the second component, that is RAM. Whatever we are doing with the computer, it should be saved, right? Whatever we are doing, it should be saved. So for that, there is a primary storage device for a computer. Primary means the first storage device, and the other memory card and this pen drive and all other secondary storage device. Okay, and the first memory device or the first storage device is RAM. Okay, so we will see what they are saying about the RAM. RAM, what is the full form of RAM? Random access memory. Okay, children, random access memory, and it is very important. Okay, and it is a primary storage device. Primary means it will be there in the system. It is a primary storage, or the first storage that is saved in the computer. RAM allows stored data to be accessed directly in any random order. Any order we can save the files in it, and it is normally associated with volatile type of memory. RAM is a volatile memory. That is, once the switch, I know you know what is volatile and non-volatile memory, right? Volatile and non-volatile, you know. What do you mean by volatile, children? The memory which will be erased when the computer switched off, and non-volatile means which will not be erased once the computer is switched off. So here RAM is a volatile memory. When it is stored, information is lost if the power is removed. There are two types of RAM. What are the two types of RAM? DRAM and STROM. What is the full form of DRAM? Dynamic Random Access Memory, and STROM means Static Random Access Memory. Learn the full form, children. Underline it in the textbook itself and learn the full form of it. The two types of RAM refers in the technology they use to hold data, with DRAM being the more common type. Okay. In terms of speed, STRAM is faster. In terms of speed, STRAM is faster than DRAM. And DRAM need to be refreshed thousands of times per second, while STRAM does not need to be refreshed. It makes STRAM faster than DRAM. So which is the faster device, children? DRAM or STRAM? STRAM. Okay, STRAM. So that is why the static random access memory is the full form of STRAM. Okay, and dynamic random access memory is the full form of DRAM. Okay, learn the full form of RAM. Learn the full form of the types of RAM also. Okay, then coming back to the third devices or the third components of CPU, that is microprocessor. Microprocessor will be there in all the type of computer, and it is an electronic compound that is used in the computer to do its work. Without a microprocessor, we cannot work computer. It is a small chip. See, this is a microprocessor, children. So this will be there in the CPU, which if it is not there, the computer is not going to work. It incorporates the function of a computer's CPU on a single integrated circuit or a few integrated circuit. And the microprocessor is a multi-purpose programmable device that accepts digital data as input, process it according to the instruction in its memory, and provide result as an output. Okay, and I know you know what is input and output. What is input, children? What is input? The input is instructions that we are giving to the computer. And what is output? The output is a thing that we are getting from the computer to the computer and from the computer. That is input and output. Okay. Then the next component of CPU is hard disk. You all know what is hard disk, right? The hard disk is a memory. Okay, hard disk is a data storage device used for storing and retrieving data or information. Hard disk, and it is also known as secondary storage device. This is what I said. The first storage device or the primary storage device is RAM, right? And the secondary storage or the additional storage which we are keeping for the CPU is the secondary hard disk. One is hard disk, okay, and it is a secondary storage device. Underline that secondary storage device is hard disk and primary storage device is RAM. Okay, then hard disk hold more data and are faster than compact disk. What do you mean by compact disk, children? CD. Compact. The short form is CD. What is the full form of CD? Compact disk. And it is less portable than compact disk. It is a large storage device as well. It is a large storage device. Okay, large storage means we can store lot of informations inside that hard disk. Okay, then what is the next component of CPU? SMPS. What is SMPS? Switched mode power supply. Switched mode power supply. Learn the short form, underline, okay. Is an electronic power supply where it is getting the electronic power, okay. That is SMPS. And that incorporates a switching regulator to convert electronic power efficiently. There will be a switching regulator there where we can on and off. You can see the picture there. This is SMPS. Okay. And here SMPS supplies requires power to all the components of the computer. For all the components to work properly, we need power, right? We need electricity. So this SMPS provide power to all the other components of the computer. Then higher power conversion efficiency is an important advantages of a SMPS. SMPS gives conversion of higher efficiency power, higher power. Okay, it gives to all the components. And SMPS regulates either output voltage or current by switching idle storage elements like inductor or a capacitor. You know what is capacitor, children? If the fan is not working properly or it is very slow for round, what we do? We will change the capacitor of that, right? So that the fan will work fast. So in your house also, if the fan is not speed, what you have to do? You have to change the capacitor of that. Okay. So the same way here, it will change. That is, it will control the regulates either output voltage or current by switching idle storage element like inductors and capacitor. Which one? SMPS. Okay. Then the next component is graphic card. Without graphic card, we cannot like TV and project and all the computer to show something in the TV or in the projector. We need a graphic card in the computer. The graphic card is an expansion card that allows the computer to send graphical informations to a video display device such as monitor, TV or projector. So in the computer we cannot send the movies or we cannot send the video clips to a projector if this graphic card is not there in the computer. Okay, then the graphic card is also known as video card, graphic adapter or video adapter, underline. Okay, so in the exam if they are asking what do you mean by video card, it is a graphic card. Okay, and why we are using graphic card, children? So whatever is there in the computer, if we want to show that in the projector, in the smart room and all, to see the projector, we in that computer we need a graphic card, then only we can show what is there in the computer to the project. Okay, then the next one is sound card. You all know what is sound card, right? In the CPU, if sound card is not there, the speaker or the audio won't be there. We cannot hear anything. Okay, then the sound card also called as audio card. Okay, audio means sound only. Without visual image, it is audio. Okay, with the visual image, it will be video. ഓക്കെ, നമുക്ക് കാണാൻ പറ്റുന്ന എന്താണ് വീഡിയോ ആണ്, കേൾക്കാൻ പറ്റുന്നത് മാത്രമാണ് നമ്മൾ ഉള്ള ഫയൽ എന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അത് ഓഡിയോ ഫയലാണ്. ഓക്കെ, സോ ദ സൗണ്ട് കാർഡ് ഉള്ളത് എന്താണ്, ദ സൗണ്ട് കാർഡ് ഓൾസോ കോൾഡ് ആൻ ഓഡിയോ കാർഡ് and it is responsible for what you hear in the speaker or headphone. In the headphone and the speaker, what are the things that we are hearing? It is because of the sound card. Okay, but you can update, and most motherboards have integrated sound. Okay, most motherboard is having a sound card, but you can update to a dedicated sound card for higher quality sound. In the computer we will be having a sound like sound audio can be heard. Okay, but if you want to hear it in a high volume or a high pitch, for dance and all, we need it in the high pitch, right? So for that and all, what we use, or to hear it very loudly in the auditorium and all, we have to use another a secondary speaker. Okay, the big speaker can be set. Okay, then the next one is Bluetooth card. You all know what is Bluetooth, right? Bluetooth card or adapter. I have an adapter with me and Bluetooth card. I will show you. See, this is a Bluetooth where we can talk. Through Bluetooth we can talk through this. Okay, in the mobile, if Bluetooth is there, I can connect from mobile to this and I can talk. If I just keep it while driving and all, I can talk without taking the phone. So this is the Bluetooth. So you all know what is Bluetooth, right? And Bluetooth speaker also you know, right? I have a Bluetooth speaker. I'll show you. Okay, here is the Bluetooth speaker. That is, in the mobile, whatever you are hearing, it will be very low, right? If you want to hear it in a high sound, what you do is you will connect our mobile Bluetooth to this, so that this is a speaker which will be very loud. Okay, so for that purpose we use Bluetooth card. For the computer that don't have Bluetooth, what you do, children? You can buy an adapter or you can purchase a USB adapter, often called dongle. Can you see dongle, children? This is one of the type of dongle here. That is, if we cannot buy or if we are not having a Bluetooth in the computer, we can set another USB adapter, and that is known as dongle. Okay, now we will see what is the next component of CPU, that is modem. And before we were using modem, right, through telephone lines to communicate from one person to another. We will see what they are saying here. Okay, the word modem is actually an abbreviation from modulator and demodulator. A modem is a communication device that can be either internal or external to your computer. It allows one computer to connect with another computer or internet and transfer data over telephone lines. Through telephone lines to send and to receive through internet from one person to another, we use this modem. Okay. And next one is system fan. To remove excess heat from a computer system, a thermal management cooling system is used. Cooling fans are used to blow cool air over the heat generating components in a computer and to draw the accumulated hot air away from the area around the components. That is, system fan is it will remove the excess heat, means when the computer is getting overheated, this fan will help to remove that excess heat from it. And it is cooling fan are used to blow cool air over the heat generating component in a computer. Okay, children. Now the next component is heat sink. It is also an electronic device that incorporates either a fan. It is a heat exchanger that cools the microprocessor by dissipating heat, and it is also known as heat spreader. Underline that, okay. Another name for heat sink is heat spreader. Underline it. And the next component is bus cable. A bus is a digital pathway that connects devices and resources. Can you see, children, the bus cable? This is not the cable of the bus, okay. This is the bus cable that connects the devices and resources. A computer has two main types of bus called system bus and peripheral bus. A system bus is an internal path between the computer CPU and its memory. The peripheral bus connects the computer to the peripheral devices. There are two types of bus cables. First one, which is the first one, children? System bus, and the next one is peripheral bus. What is system bus? It is an internal path between the computer and CPU, whereas peripheral bus is a connect the computer and peripheral device. Okay, so the two bus cables also we completed. So by this we completed the components of CPU. Okay, so we completed hardware and software. We completed the components of CPU. And what was the third objective, children? The third objective was, say, ports of computer, important port or the important computer ports. What do you mean by ports, children? What do you mean by ports? Yes, the wire or the ports which we can connect to the CPU. That is called ports. I will show you what is keyboard ports. Okay. Port means the place where we are connecting the mouse. Can you see that mouse, children? 6 pins will be there. 6 holes. Can you see there? 6 holes, and that can be seen in mouse port and keyboard port. And the PS2 port was developed by IBM. IBM, you know, children? IBM is an international business machine corporation, were leading American computer manufacturer with a major share of market both in the United States and abroad. That is IBM, International Business Machine Corporation. Okay. Then PS2 connector is a round connector with 6 pins that make a personal computer use a keyboard or mouse connection. And with that 6 holes, no, that 6 pins, with that only we can connect in the system or in the CPU. That is, with that pin only we can connect it. Nowadays it's changed, okay, not that round one. Now we will get for the keyboard and all this. And this happened, that round one was in 1987, and now it is 2020, right? So this pin also can be used. And here for the keyboard also we are having this one, the square one, the rectangle type, not the round one. Okay, this is using. Okay, for the keyboard we are using this one nowadays. Before it was round one, that is PS2, that with the 6 pin we were using. Okay, so that is the first PS2 connect. Next one is serial communication port. It is a port or an interface that can be used for serial communication and that transmit only one bit at a time. A serial port is generally purpose interface that can be used to use it for almost any type of device including modem, mouse, printer. Almost printers are connected in a parallel port. Okay children, so that is serial communication port. Now the third one is parallel port. The parallel port which just now I showed you know that type. Okay, but there will be port there, the small what we can say. See this picture children, that small dot no where you can connect in the CPU there will be that much holes there. In that hole they will connect this there. That is called parallel port. A parallel port is an interface allowing a personal computer to transmit or receive data down multiple bundle cables to a peripheral device such as printer. What is peripheral device children? Peripheral devices are the input and output devices, the extra devices which we are connecting to the computer. A parallel port has multiple connector. The most common parallel port is the printer port known as centronic port. The last port which you have to learn is USB port, where you connect USB cable and all. Okay, that is also that will also be the same like which just now I showed you know that wire, like that one cable will be there, this one. Okay, with this we can connect. And what is the full form of USB children? Underline there, Universal Serial Bus. That is the full form of USB, and is an external bus standard that support data transfer rates of 12 Mbps. Okay, Mbps means megabyte per second. Okay, in this what a single USB port can be used to connect so many peripheral devices, and with this USB port no you can connect almost all the peripheral devices, means the devices like a keyboard, mouse, all these can be connected in that same place in the CPU, and it is expected to completely replace serial and parallel port, and all these port is also will be replaced. And it is the most widely used hardware interface for attaching peripherals to a computer. All the peripherals devices can be attached through this port. Okay children, I hope all these three objectives of your lesson is clear to you. What was the three objectives? Say me once again. The first learning objective was, I hope all the objectives of this lesson is clear to you all. What was the three objectives children? First objective was hardware and software. I hope it's clear to you what is hardware and what is software. Then the next part was components of CPU. All the components we have learned, right? Then the next one is the ports, the PS2 ports, all the important ports of computers. I hope this lesson is clear to you all. If you have any doubt, please do call me. I'll be giving you my number. Okay children, read the lesson properly, start studying computer now itself, and make sure that you learn computer. Give interest in computer, because without computer it is very hard to live in this world nowadays. Okay children, so learn computer, take this subject seriously, and take your notebook, write the heading and start writing. And one more homework is there. You have to collect the picture of hardware, software, input device and output device, and collect it and stick it in your book. Don't go outside to the shop and buy and all, because it is not good in this situation. So try to find out from the old books or from the magazine and try to stick it in your notebook in the first page itself, hardware and software, input and output devices. Then do this exercise part. We'll be discussing it in the next class. Okay children, till then Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.